Roeland, and you probably know Roeland from our games of Mordheim, but that's not initially how we met, is it?
No, it isn't. No, we actually met because of Warhammer.
Yeah, because of Warhammer. And now we have the upcoming Warhammer the Old World, and we thought we'd record our thoughts and ideas and hopes and dreams and wishes for what this new edition is going to pertain. So, Roeland, maybe let's start with you. Which armies do you currently play? Which Warhammer armies?
Let me think. You've probably seen a couple of them during the Mordheim games, of course. I play Skaven, Ogres, Chaos Dwarfs, third party, Warriors of Chaos, which I'm currently painting, and Demons of Chaos. So there's actually a lot of chaos.
Lots of chaos. Yeah, so of those armies, the only one getting a core faction book is going to be Warriors of Chaos.
Yeah, they are. But I'm looking forward for the PDFs for all, especially they have announced, or there are rumors that they're also making a PDF for the Chaos Dwarfs, which is going to be really cool because that's a long way back. So I'm looking forward to that one as well. And the Warriors of Chaos, well, we'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait a little bit for that. What I heard now is that after Bretonnia and Tomb Kings, the next two armies are going to be dwarves and maybe orcs and goblins.
Probably.
So then it will probably be a while before we get to Warriors of Chaos, but that will give us some time to prepare.
Yeah, testing my patience, of course.
Yeah. At least we'll be able to play with those armies, with the PDF list, and with the Forces of Fantasy and Ravening Hordes books. So, what do you expect to see in general for Warhammer the Old World in terms of returning miniatures, or maybe I should say, what do you hope to see?
Yeah, well, I've posted in one of my comments the Troll King for Warriors of Chaos. That's one of my highest hopes because it's an amazing model and the rules are really cool, so I'm really looking forward to that one. But don't get my hopes up too high, to be honest. And for the rest, well, there have been of course a release for the Warriors of Chaos in Age of Sigmar models, so there probably won't be any Warriors of Chaos, and the rest of my armies are not going to be in the Old World, so probably not a lot of new models. I really like the new character models for Bretonnia, the Paladin one, the Resin one. I think that was amazing, and a Tomb King General on some sort of Lich Dragon thing.
The Bone Dragon.
That was really cool, so who knows, it might be a money sink, but let's start a new army. No, I'm not sure.
That was going to be one of my next questions. Are you planning on starting a new army, maybe with these upcoming boxes of Bretonnia and Tomb Kings?
I'm in doubt, of course, because I think the boxes are quite expensive. But Bretonnia has always lured me in because I like the heraldry and the lore about Bretonnia, and I think it's a totally different army of the armies that I play because it's a lot of cavalry.
And not a lot of chaos?
No, not a lot of chaos. I might start a Bretonnian army, but it's also financially wise it has to be possible to be able to start it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
And you?
Yeah, for me, well, I already have most of the models for most of the armies. So I'm not going to buy into the new starter boxes. I am very excited to get my hands on the rules and everything, all the books. And yeah, as for models, the Bretonnian Foot Knights, I'm definitely going to get. Not quite sure. Yeah, I also will need to get the Bone Dragon at some point, but the models are not going to be a very high priority because I still got a lot of stuff to paint.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, in terms of bases, what are you going to do? Are you going to rebase, or are you going to keep your armies?
Well, I just mentioned I play Skaven. I think I've got around 300 rats. Nah, it's not going to be rebasing. Nah, I'm going to use different movement trays, and we have talked about the little in-betweens. I'm really not sure.
Yeah, spacers.
Spacers, and I think that's going to be the solution, and probably just make new movement trays to be able to play with it, and we'll see. And I think the warriors won't get any changes because they are already on 25/25s.
Yeah, they might go to 30. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the...
Demons are on 25/25 for the most of them, so we'll see. I hope that in the PDFs they will mention the base sizes.
Yeah, they will.
So, and ogres, I'm not sure if they make the 50/50. I probably don't.
I think they're probably going to stay on 40s.
So that's, yeah, but I'm not going to rebase the Skaven. No, never.
So movement trays
with spacers.
With spacers, yeah, that's going to be the solution. Yeah, I think that's going to be the same for me. I also like to still play the older editions, so I want to be able to keep doing that. And for that I also want to find a way to put those smaller bases on, well, basically bigger bases, so that we can get them in the old world. Yeah. So anything else you want to add about the old world? What do you hope? Which armies do you hope are going to be next, apart from Warriors of Chaos, maybe?
I think your guess about dwarves and orcs and goblins is going to be really.
Well, this is not my guess. It's a rumor I heard.
Yeah, so I think that one's accurate, and I'm looking forward to the dwarves. I hope they get some love as well, because they're the new Fire Slayers from AOS. They weren't really my style, but the old dwarves were really cool. So we'll see if they get new models. That might also, because I started like, I think 4th edition. I started with a dwarf army actually, and then I sold it all because, well, that's when you go to study, you sometimes don't have the time to play with your hobbies. So, but I think dwarves. I'm really curious what they're gonna do with those, and they might even be customizable into Chaos Dwarfs if they get new armies with. Ooh. So that's.
I think the aesthetic is going to be too far different to customize them.
Yeah,
we'll
see.
Yeah.
We'll give it a try.
But there are some very good third-party Chaos Dwarf manufacturers out there, some 3D printed models. So yeah, there's going to be plenty of options if you want more Chaos Dwarfs.
Always. And about the game, what I read about it, the articles that you also reviewed in your Forces of Fantasy YouTube channel, there was really, what I liked about it was it looked more balanced and less focused on the magic phase than 8th edition was. 8th edition was a lot of magic power.
It was very magic heavy, yeah.
Magic heavy, and you could win or lose during the magic phase. And what I read about it, I think you can win or lose games in the movement phase again. And that's what excites me most. And I really like that your generals do have, what are they called again? Command powers, I think they were called.
Yes.
Like
the things you do in the strategy phase.
Strategy phase, I think that's a cool addition. And that magic is all over all the phases. It's in the shooting phase with your magic missile, so it makes it more clear what you're doing, what you're casting. And what I also like is that you can choose for your blocks to move or be somewhat stationary with your ranks of files. And I was already thinking about that with my Skaven. What am I going to do? Am I going to sacrifice my speed because I need the ranks for my bonuses? Probably still. Not sure.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how that mechanic is going to work too. The forced march thing where you can move triple your movement speed. So that's they teased a lot of rules, but a lot of things are still very unclear. And I'm really curious to see how that will turn out, and of course also how that will play.
Yeah, we'll see. It's not too long now.
No, a few more weeks. Pre-orders tomorrow. From the time of recording.
Yeah.
Oh! So, Roeland, thank you very much for your insights, and I will definitely try to meet you for a game of the old world.
Yeah, of course.
At some point in the future. So
gladly.
I gotta read the rules, study up, and then
and make a lot of mistakes, of course.
Yes,
in the beginning, and That's with all the new editions. You read up and you misinterpret it, and then you make some mistakes, and but that's okay.
Yeah, and in my case it's even so for the older editions. So,
Yeah.
I keep mixing up rules from different editions. So,
Luckily we play casual.
yes. But thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you too for watching, and like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want more videos, more content like this. You can also join the Forces of Fantasy Patreon. The Forces of Fantasy Patreon is non-tiered, which means that you can join for as little or as much as you like. And on the Patreon you will find exclusive bonus content. If you want to know more about Warhammer, especially about the earlier editions, then I can highly recommend the Forces of Fantasy podcast, which you can find through all of your regular podcast hosting platforms. That's going to be it for now. Thank you for watching and see you next time.